Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. So we'll start with Indian geography. एक मिनट.
ध्यान से लिख ले सारे चार भाई ये सबने पेट है ना.
See, how are you going? Can someone call from the office? Echo ज़्यादा लग रहा है आपको?
Yes sir.
So we divide it into two parts. That is the physical, बोलते रहो, physical geography, human geography and the agriculture geography. अब थोड़ी प्री की हवा बहने लग गई है. So you do this geography in the class itself. That is on 21st of this month. Your geography for both pre and main should be finished. So एक geography, Indian geography पे confidence. Now how to do the physical geography? Whatever we do in the class plus daily test we will solve in the class from today, and thirdly that assignments from 9th and 10th NCERTs. And then we will have in the next day test on the 9th and 10th NCERTs, so that our Indian geography is completely done from the prelims point of view, based on both the map based question as well as the MCQ based question. So we will start our journey with the 9th NCERT. 9th NCERT is much better than the 11th NCERT. 9th NCERT, there are some of the micro points which are given, which you should start reading from the books. I may miss those points in the class while telling. So when you read those NCERTs chapter by chapter, hardly it will take 20 minutes after going home. But colorful NCERT by the original NCERT, not the Xerox. You can read online also colorful NCERTs. उसमें जो maps दिए हैं उसमें से direct question आते हैं हर साल prelims में. 9th and 10th NCERT are very important from the prelims point of view. Then human geography of NCERT we are not worrying much. This is very important. जो हम क्लास में करेंगे plus budget and economic survey से जो schemes आएगी we'll have to do that. So from tomorrow onwards we will also start last 15 minutes of the lecture for some important states. So Kerala कल कौन से स्टेट से स्टार्ट करना है? तमिलनाडु से या नॉर्थ ईस्ट से? महाराष्ट्र से स्टार्ट नहीं. महाराष्ट्र में कुछ नहीं है. So वो वहां पे डांस फॉर्म है तमाशा, जो कभी यूपीएससी पूछेगा नहीं. So we will start from either Tamil Nadu or Kerala or North East. That is, so we'll start from Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu, you bring the atlas, we will draw the Tamil Nadu, and उसके साथ साथ we are going to study जो आपको बाद में सर और मैम आपको डिटेल में बाद में बताएंगे, but you should know a basic idea कि कौन सा डांस है वहां पे. So the cultural aspects, that is the human aspects, some important tribes of the states, physical geography of the states and agriculture of the states. So this way we will cover the regional geography also of India. Maybe Tamil Nadu 15 minutes, Kerala can be done with one smaller state, Rajasthan जो बड़ा state है, it can be done with Maharashtra because दोनों में आधी जमीन बंजर है. That is the, so it is not that important from the exam point of view. So this is way we will do each and every state. So first we will have a basic idea of what is this, the physical geography of India, that is the spatial analysis of India. So when we consider the space of India, Can you tell me the longitudinal and the latitudinal extent of India? So what is the longitudinal aspect of mainland India? So the India is located between the latitudinal and the longitudinal extent of India. So first look at the longitudinal extent of India. You can take down the longitudinal extent of India. The longitudinal extent of India is 68.7 degrees east, 68.7 degrees east to 97.25 degrees east. To 97.25 degrees east. Between which states? You already know. Between Gujarat and Arunachal Pradesh. Between the Gujarat and Arunachal Pradesh. For a distance of somewhere around 2,900 kilometers. For a distance of around 2,900 kilometers. Exact कितना है? 2933 kilometers. Fine. Having a time gap of 2 hours between Gujarat and Arunachal. उसके बाद we have already done. इसलिए there is a demand for separate time for the northeastern states. So the gap between Gujarat and Arunachal Pradesh is 2 hours. Fine with this? Second, the latitudinal extent of India is somewhere around the kilometers में 3214 kilometers. The latitudinal extent of India is 3214 kilometers between between 8.4 degree north. We are not considering Andaman Nicobar इसमें 8.4 degree north to 37.6 degrees north to 37.6 degrees north. अब अंडरस्टैंड हियर क्या क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. बहुत कम चांस है क्वेश्चन आने का in this factual data. Question will be applied, that is the latitudinal and the longitudinal extent of India is more or less same. कितना? 29 degrees का difference, somewhere around 29 to 30 degrees का difference. And if the longitudinal and the latitudinal extent of India is same, why is the difference in kilometers? क्योंकि ये और ये same होना चाहिए. If the longitudinal distance is also 30 degrees and if the latitudinal distance is also 30 degrees, then why the kilometers are different? Why this is smaller in kilometers or length and why this is larger in length? Why? Are you understanding my question? That is, if the longitudinal and the latitudinal distance of both India is more or less same, 30 degrees का difference है, then why there is a difference in kilometer, or why the east-west extent of India is smaller than the north-south extent of India? Why is it so? Because the longitudes have the different distances. As they move away from the equator, the distance between the longitude keeps on decreasing. Getting it? लिखने की जरूरत है? You know this already. We have all done this earlier. So the second, open now the map. Which is the northernmost point of India? The physical, political map of India. The first page, political map of India. The northernmost point of India is Siachen के just ऊपर इंदिरा कोल, हम बाद में देखेंगे. And the southernmost point of India is इंदिरा point. कहाँ पे है इंदिरा point? Andaman and Nicobar Islands. On Nicobar Islands or on Andaman Islands? On the Nicobar Islands. कोई लिखो मत, हम ये सब बाद में देखेंगे. What is the northernmost capital? Ita, this Arunachal की capital या श्रीनगर? श्रीनगर. What is the southernmost capital? Thiruvananthapuram. Sure? Atlas में देखना. Do you have, are you having scale? Big scale? कल से स्केल लेके आना. अब ट्राई टू ड्रॉ अ लाइन फ्रॉम श्रीनगर, कीप अ स्केल इन द श्रीनगर जिनके पास है, एंड स्ट्रेट देखना श्रीनगर के इस पे कौन सी मेजर सिटीज है. एंड द क्वेश्चन कैन बी, इफ आई ड्रॉ अ लाइन स्ट्रेट फ्रॉम श्रीनगर, which is the city that is nearest to that latitude, a latitude which is passing through the Srinagar, which is the city nearest to that, Kanyakumari or Thiruvananthapuram? Take a straight line and draw it from Srinagar to Thiruvananthapuram and tell me whether Srinagar and Thiruvananthapuram lie in the same latitude or more or less in the straight line. More or less in the straight line. So ये prelims के लिए एक fact लिख लेना, that is Srinagar and Thiruvananthapuram are in straight line. मतलब nearby, exactly, हाँ nearby, not exactly, नहीं exactly straight line में नहीं है, nearby. Secondly, देख, अब वो स्केल दिल्ली पे रखना, स्ट्रेट अगेन. सो दिल्ली के ऊपर शिमला, शिमला के नीचे भोपाल, भोपाल के नीचे बैंगलोर, ये सारे ए मोर और लेस स्ट्रेट लाइन में है. देखा? सो यू ड्रॉ अ स्केल एंड रिमेंबर दिस. ऊपर से शिमला, फिर दिल्ली, दिल्ली के बाद भोपाल, भोपाल के बाद बैंगलोर. These are in the straight line. Means straight line का मेरा कहना है exactly not in the straight line but very near to each other. We get some kind of questions.
Hyderabad is Bangalore.
दिल्ली और बैंगलोर है, हैदराबाद तो दूर है. तुम्हारी लाइन, हाँ. Got it everyone? क्या हुआ? Got it everyone? So शिमला, दिल्ली, भोपाल and Bangalore are more or less very near to each other. Now go to the next city. कहाँ से जाता है our 82.3 degree Indian Standard Time? Near Mirzapur. Mirzapur is near which city? Allahabad. So near Allahabad or Prayagraj. So now draw a line straight going through the Allahabad or Prayagraj and you will have to see क्या question पूछती है UPSC. UPSC पूछेगी कि there is a latitude that is going through and the Indian Standard Time. Which of the following cities are very near to that? So is there any city other than that which is very near to the straight line? रायपुर. दंतेवाड़ा इतना important नहीं है. चेन्नई नहीं, थोड़ा वो लखनऊ के पास थोड़ा है. यस, हाँ हाँ स्ट्रेट आएगा चेन्नई. नहीं नहीं, इलाहाबाद. सो फाइन. अगर कल क्वेश्चन आता है इज बैंगलोर नियर द latitude passing through Allahabad or near the Indian Standard Time or Chennai? What is the answer? Take it down straight. The answer is Chennai. करोगे ये सब? घर पे जाके लिखोगे? बार बार रिलेटिव आएगा. ये क्वेश्चन सारे रिलेटिव आएंगे. So which is nearer to the Indian Standard Time? Don't come to the Indian geography without scale, without atlas. Scale चाहिए हमें 3-4 लेक्चर के लिए, और एटलस भी चाहिए. तो गेटिंग इट. हैदराबाद इज वेरी वेरी फार अवे. जो इस साल क्वेश्चन क्या था, आई गेस दिल्ली एंड बैंगलोर. गेटिंग. कल क्वेश्चन क्या आ सकता है, इलाहाबाद एंड चेन्नई. और अगर एग्जैक्टली चेन्नई, मैम के सबसे ज्यादा फॉलोअर्स कौन से स्टेट में है, तमिलनाडु में, क्योंकि आप देखोगे लखनऊ और चेन्नई एक ही लाइन में है. सो यू विल सी दैट इज द लखनऊ एंड चेन्नई एक ही लाइन में है. More or less they are in the straight line. Getting it? Getting it? So these are the some of the latitudinal points you should remember. So Srinagar to Kanyakumari is not the straight line. What is Srinagar to Thiruvananthapuram is a straight line. Getting? Then after that, Bangalore, Bhopal, Delhi and Shimla is more or less nearby, not exactly a straight line. Then after that, Lucknow, Chennai is near the straight line. But अगर कोई क्वेश्चन आता है मेजर सिटी ऑफ पेनिनसुलर इंडिया विच इज वेरी नियर टू द इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम लैटिट्यूड, आंसर इज चेन्नई. गेटिंग इट? फाइन एवरीवन. द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट यू शुड नोट डाउन is that the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Cancer, keep the atlas open. The Tropic of Cancer divides India into two equal parts. Divides India into two equal parts. Divides India into two equal parts, and the major states and the states through which the Tropic of Cancer pass, the states through which the Tropic of Cancer pass. देखो एटलस में कौन सा है? गुजरात, यस. राजस्थान, यस. एमपी, यस. छत्तीसगढ़, झारखंड, वेस्ट बंगाल, मेघालय, मिजोरम, त्रिपुरा. So take down the states. Take down the states. Gujarat, Gujarat, राजस्थान. राजस्थान से जाता है, यस. राजस्थान मतलब जाता है. राजस्थान थोड़ा सा या ज्यादा जाना चाहिए. Then next is मध्य प्रदेश, मध्य प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़, झारखंड, वेस्ट बंगाल, त्रिपुरा, त्रिपुरा एंड मिजोरम. राइट? मिजोरम भी है. सो कैन आई से द नियरेस्ट सिटी, द सिटी विच इज नियरेस्ट टू द ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर इज उदयपुर. राजस्थान वाली नहीं, मिजोरम, त्रिपुरा वाली. त्रिपुरा में देखना, look in the political map of Tripura. मिला उदयपुर.
सर गवर्नमेंट ने सोलर स्कीम निकाली थी सर पानी के ऊपर, तो राजस्थान उदयपुर में.
हाँ, तो इंसुलेशन के ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा ना.
सर उसको
नियरेस्ट सिटी अगर स्पेसिफिकली पूछा. सो कल अगर क्वेश्चन आता है विच इज द नियरेस्ट मेजर सिटी टू द ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर, द आंसर इज उदयपुर, बट नॉट ऑफ राजस्थान, द उदयपुर ऑफ त्रिपुरा. गॉट एवरीवन? द उदयपुर इन त्रिपुरा. मिला त्रिपुरा इन उदयपुर. उदयपुर इन त्रिपुरा हियर. नाउ लेट अस लुक एट द कैपिटल्स ऑफ द स्टेट्स जहां से ये जाता है. इज गांधीनगर नियर द ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर? यस. इज भोपाल नियर द ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर? यस. What is the capital of Chhattisgarh? Raipur. Is it near the Tropic of Cancer? No. Ranchi is very very near to the Tropic of Cancer. रांची, अगर I guess if you go to रांची, वहां पे एक मॉन्यूमेंट भी है कि ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर इज पासिंग थ्रू हियर. रांची से कोई है? वहां पे देयर इज अ लाइन, है कि नहीं? देयर इज अ लाइन जहां पे लिखा है ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर पासेस थ्रू हियर. देन आफ्टर दैट Kolkata, is it nearer to the Tropic of Cancer? Agartala, no. So the three capitals which are very near to the Tropic of Cancer is Gujarat का capital, उसके बाद MP का capital, and उसके बाद झारखंड का capital. थोड़ा ऊपर है. You see. You can consider Aizawl also in that. You can consider Aizawl also in that. Char. And can I say the famous ancient India का monument Sun Temple से Tropic of Cancer पास होता है? कहाँ पे है सन टेम्पल? Note down. The famous Sun Temple of Orissa, of Gujarat, at Modera. कितने सन टेम्पल है इंडिया में? एक नहीं है. पिछले साल का ही क्वेश्चन है, कितने सन टेम्पल है इंडिया में? So 5 सन टेम्पल्स है इंडिया में. So out of that, Sun Temple of Modera, Gujarat. Sun Temple of Modera, Gujarat. Has a distinction of Tropic of Cancer exactly over it. इसलिए Sun Temple है वो. Has the distinction of Tropic of Cancer exactly over it. मिलेगा नहीं एटलस में. Modera, Gujarat, not Maharashtra. Gujarat. Fine. Tropic of Cancer. ये मोडेरा का सन टेम्पल इज इंपॉर्टेंट, नहीं पढ़ाया जाएगा किसी को. Yes, but this is GK. GK based जो क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं, you have to find out. So you go home, write, find on Wikipedia and write 2-3 lines regarding the Modera का Sun Temple. Fine. Next point. The area to the north of Tropic of Cancer. The area to the north of Tropic of Cancer. The area to the north of Tropic of Cancer. It is twice than the area. Is twice than the area. Is twice than the area to the south of Tropic of Cancer. Is twice than the area to the south of Tropic of Cancer. Remember this, area to the north is twice than the area to the south, area wise, which is north. So majority of India, जो अब north है हम tropic of cancer के, are we in the temperate latitude? Tropics के बाहर मतलब you are in temperate latitude. Therefore, we are having winter season in North India. So कल अगर question आता है why there are 4 different seasons in North India, then you will know that the answer is because it is to the north of Tropic of Cancer. But why we say India is a tropical nation then? In spite of area being to the north being twice than the area to the south, the reasons are numerous, which we'll do in other lecture. Fine? Next point. Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau. Is among the oldest landmass in the world. Is among the oldest landmass in the world. True or false? Yes. Gondwana. So it is among the oldest landmass in the world which has not undergone submergence. Which has not undergone submergence since Pre-Cambrian era. Since Pre-Cambrian era. Pre-Cambrian era किसके टाइम से ये अभी तक समंदर के नीचे गया नहीं है. Maybe some part, western coast of India may have gone, but entire peninsular plateau has not gone submergence. Therefore, it is one of the most stable landmass of the world. It is one of the most stable landmass of the world. Free from free from tectonic disturbances. Free from tectonic disturbances. Free from tectonic disturbances. So are there earthquakes and this in peninsular plateau? Ideally it should not be there, but recently आजकल हो रहे हैं. That is due to fault has been developed in the Bhima region. वो हम geology के समय करेंगे. अब understand a simple time scale. We'll first do the physical time scale. So initially peninsular plateau was a part of an Gondwana. Fine. Then it's separated from Gondwana due to convectional currents. It's separated as a part of Indo-Australian plate. I guess you'll be able to relate all this. Then after separating, it started traveling towards the north. It started traveling towards the north. As it started traveling towards the north, this came under the reunion hotspot. Which resulted into basalt fissure eruption. We have all done this earlier also, which has resulted into basalt fissure eruption, resulting into formation of which part? Deccan lava plateau. Located on the western or eastern side of peninsular plateau. Western side of peninsular plateau. So what I want you to remember कि Deccan lava plateau or Deccan plateau is different from peninsular plateau. It is not same as peninsular plateau. Peninsular plateau का एक part is Deccan plateau. Then after that there was formation of collision with Eurasian plate. Which resulted into the formation of Himalayas. And after the formation of Himalayas, ultimately there was a formation of Great Plains. And we got this present landform of India. Then there were numerous kingdoms, etc. Then the Britishers came, and then ultimately we got freedom, and this is how the political organization occurred. So during the Britishers, the states of India were divided into provinces and princely states. Provinces were directly ruled by, can I say, British administration, and their उनके chief थे Viceroy, that is voice of Her Majesty, इसलिए Viceroy. So provinces were under the British administration. Then over the period of time we got freedom, there was a demand for separate states, and ultimately the first state that was formed was Andhra Pradesh in 1956. 53, the first linguistic state of India. 52 or 53? 53. The second state that was formed was Kerala. 56 में the Kerala. The third state that was formed was 56 में क्या कौन सा स्टेट फॉर्म हुआ? गुजरात एंड महाराष्ट्र. sorry. So I'm sorry. 56 is this Kerala, the Gujarat and Maharashtra. After that, tell me. 66 से पहले कोई state? Which was the state? Nagaland. Which year? Nagaland in 63. I guess you have done this already. So Nagaland. उसके बाद हिमाचल प्रदेश एंड सबसे पहले हरियाणा या हिमाचल प्रदेश? हरियाणा एंड the earlier the Union Territory of Himachal Pradesh and then the statehood to Himachal Pradesh, 1966. After that, don't worry about the UTs. 1972. So 1972, which states? Sikkim 75, Manipur, Tripura, and Mizoram, Meghalaya. Manipur, Tripura, and Meghalaya. 1920, first state of India. After that, असम पहले ही था. सिक्किम. अब आज ही इसके बाद गो एंड रिवाइज लक्ष्मीकांत का ये चैप्टर. इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू टू रिमेंबर कि पहले एज अ एसोसिएट स्टेट, इसलिए अमेंडमेंट एक्ट, फिर रेफरेंडम एंड देन एज अ परमानेंट स्टेट. सो कल यूपीएससी देखो कैसे क्वेश्चन पूछेगी. इज देयर एनी स्टेट इंडिया हैज नेवर डन प्लेबिसाइड बिफोर? सो ट्रू और फॉल्स. या इंडिया हैज नेवर डन रेफरेंडम बिफोर? So this are the kind of the questions the UPSC may ask. You should have a basic idea. And then after Sikkim, (1987) में why Goa, Mizoram, Arunachal and गोवा को तो यूटी इधर ही बना दिया था. एंड गोवा, मिजोरम, अरुणाचल एंड गोवा. देन इन द ईयर 2000, झारखंड, छत्तीसगढ़ एंड उत्तराखंड. टेल मी द ऑर्डर. छत्तीसगढ़, उत्तराखंड, एंड झारखंड. उसके बाद जिससे स्टार्ट हुआ उसी को भी डिवाइडेड. सो the आगे we don't know how many states will be created. So this is the idea of political organization. This is an idea of physical organization. So from pre-Cambrian era till here, future, इसका future we know. That is how Himalayas बनेंगे, there will be earthquakes. उसका future we don't know. So this is how the, remember to do this also from the Lakshmikant. We won't find this in the geography books, but this is the how the political organizations have occurred in India, and this is how the physical organization of the present India is. Getting it? With this background, open the atlas again and tell me the states of India which are coastal states. How many states in India are coastal? Six. गिनो वहां पे. 9 states of India are coastal states. What are the coastal states? Start from Gujarat. गुजरात के बाद महाराष्ट्र, उसके बाद गोवा, उसके बाद कर्नाटक, केरला, तमिलनाडु, आंध्रा, उड़ीसा एंड वेस्ट बंगाल। तो और एक कौन सा हो गए? 9 states. So take down the 9 states in India. The 9 states in India are coastal states. 9 states in India are coastal states. Are coastal states. India has a coastline of कितना kilometers? 7516 kilometers. True or false? India has a coastline of 7516 kilometers. Don't write anything, including Andaman Nicobar, excluding Andaman Nicobar. यहां पे हम फंसते हैं, सबको पता है 7516, including, excluding. So take down now. India has a coastline of 7516 kilometers, which includes the Union territories of Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. Which includes the Union territories of Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. While the coastline of mainland India is कितना? Somewhere around 5,000, 6,000. Find out. That is your homework. थोड़ा खुद भी काम करो. Fine. And the following states. So fill in the blanks करो. Fill in the blanks करोगे, ढूंढोगे, खुद लिख पाओगे, नहीं तो मैं कल बता दूंगा. पर खुद ढूंढो. It is somewhere around 6,000, not 5,000. So next. And the following states are ranked in the order of coastline. So, matlab we have to do which of the state is having the longest coastline. So tell me option, the following state in India has the longest coastline. Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Gujarat. So सबसे पहले Gujarat has the longest coastline. Gujarat has the longest coastline. गुजरात. सेकंड नंबर बताओ आप. आंध्र प्रदेश. तेलंगाना के बाद कोस्टलाइन अफेक्ट हुआ आंध्रा का? नो. व्हाई? इनलैंड स्टेट. थर्ड. अब थर्ड पे तमिलनाडु. फोर्थ पे महाराष्ट्र. Do all these 9 states in an order. Now ही states है इंडिया में जिनको coast है, so you should know their order. महाराष्ट्र. Fifth Kerala. Sixth Orissa. Seventh Karnataka. Eighth West Bengal. West Bengal is bigger than Goa. West Bengal. Ninth Goa. अब one small homework for you. Is the coastline of Andaman Nicobar is greater or the coastline of Gujarat is greater? Logically, Andaman and Nicobar. So no need of remembering the data. सिर्फ इतना याद रखना, the Andaman and Nicobar has a bigger coastline than Gujarat. गुजरात की सम 1200 किलोमीटर है and अंडमान निकोबार की 1900 किलोमीटर के आसपास है coastline. Fine with this? Now what is the surprising thing you came to know here? That is very understood कि Gujarat and AP will be the 2 states. See, थर्ड पे तमिलनाडु है and फोर्थ पे महाराष्ट्र है. एटलस में देख के ऐसा लगता है महाराष्ट्र का कोस्टलाइन शुड बी ग्रेटर देन दैट ऑफ तमिलनाडु. सो द थर्ड पे तमिलनाडु है. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस वेरी प्रॉपरली. देन द वन सरप्राइजिंग थिंग वी कैन सी हियर इज कि द केरला का कोस्टलाइन इज ग्रेटर देन दैट ऑफ उड़ीसा एंड वेस्ट बंगाल. नहीं तो अभी कैसे लगेगा वेस्ट बंगाल सुंदरबंस, so the coastline will be very very big. No, Kerala ka coastline is greater than Orissa, Karnataka and West Bengal. So West Bengal is the second smallest state in the terms of coastline, and Baki is the, obviously Goa is there. Now it is very, very logical because major part of Sundarbans is in Bangladesh. Why Kerala ka coastline is longer? Because Kerala ka coastline is highly indentated. Indentated means straight nahi hai. Andar jata hai, bahar aata hai, and as a result of this, it is highly indentated. Fine with this? Next point. Identify the states which do not have international border, neither a coast. So कितने states है इंडिया में which does not have international border, neither have a coastline? देखो कहां पे ढूंढोगे? दिल्ली, you will not consider Delhi as a part of that. मध्य प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़, झारखंड, बिहार, ऊपर है नॉर्थ में नेपाल, देन तेलंगाना, उड़ीसा, coastline है, हरियाणा. So you can take down, except for Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Haryana, Telangana, and Delhi. The other states of India are known as front line states. Other states of India are known as front line states. What do you mean by front line states? They have international border as well as the coast. So we have written Chhattisgarh. Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Haryana, Delhi and Telangana. Baki ke states are the frontline states. Chandigarh we will not consider because it is UT, proper UT. Delhi आधा UT है, आधा state है. इसलिए the Delhi has come in this. So who are the neighbors of India? बांग्लादेश, उसके बाद मे बी चाइना, है कि नहीं? थर्ड पाकिस्तान, फोर्थ नेपाल, फिफ्थ म्यांमार, सिक्स्थ अफगानिस्तान, सेवेंथ भूटान, एट्थ श्रीलंका, नाइन्थ Maldives. Fine. Now you understand these two are not considered as our land neighbors. They are maritime neighbors. And these are known as जिसके borders touch of the borders of India touch here. So you can take down some of the statements here. Indonesia is not a maritime. नहीं, बहुत ही फार फेस्ट हो जाएगा, फिर वो साउथ ईस्ट एशिया हो जाता है, अलग ही ज्योग्राफिकल रीजन है. सो यू कैन टेक डाउन, डोंट राइट दिस. So you can take down. India has borders with the following countries. India has borders with the following countries. सबसे ज्यादा बॉर्डर किसके साथ है? बांग्लादेश. फर्स्ट बांग्लादेश, सेकंड चाइना. This is the order of how we are having the borders. Third Pakistan. Fourth Nepal. Fifth, Myanmar. Sixth, Bhutan. Bhutan. And seventh, Afghanistan. Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan, and Afghanistan. Fine. These are our land neighbors. Remember, Afghanistan officially is our land neighbor. Unofficially, we do not touch Afghanistan, but officially we are touching Afghanistan. ठीक है? Unofficially नहीं करते हम. वो हमारे पास है ही नहीं वो एरिया. पीओके के पास है. इसलिए मैंने कहा ऑफिशियली. While our maritime neighbors are Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka separated by which strait? Park Strait. Separated by Park Strait and the Gulf of Mannar region. And Maldives separated by 8-degree channel. Separated by 8-degree channel. What is Vande Mataram? कोई नया नाम है इसका 8-degree channel का? नहीं ना. The 8-degree channel. Fine. Next point. 8-degree channel, 9-degree channel, and 10-degree channel. These are three important channels. 10-degree channel is in Andaman and Nicobar, separates Andaman from Nicobar group. 9-degree channel in Lakshadweep separates the smaller Lakshadweep islands from the larger island. And uske baad, Minicoy ke baad, we have the 8-degree channel which separates Maldives from the India, Lakshadweep. Next point, the Cocos Island, COCOS, Cocos Island. Cocos Island of which country? Myanmar. The Cocos Island of Myanmar, COCOS, Cocos Island of Myanmar, separates the Cocos Island of Myanmar and the North Andaman Island is separated by Cocos Channel or Coco Channel, COCO, Coco Channel. So ये सब मैप में हमें करना है. कोको चैनल कौन से स्टेट्स कहाँ पे है, किस पॉइंट के पास है. सो we'll do this while doing the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now first, so can you tell me which states of India touch Bangladesh? Which is this state? West Bengal. Does Sikkim touch? Why? Which is this part? West Bengal. Then this is Assam. This is Meghalaya. This is Tripura. Don't draw this. Open the atlas. So tell me, what are the states that touch the Bangladesh? West Bengal? Sikkim? No. Jharkhand? So West Bengal, ऊपर का भी West Bengal. Which part of West Bengal? Darjeeling. Then after that Assam. Then after that Meghalaya. Meghalaya के बाद Tripura, and then we have Mizoram. Getting it? So note down this. Note down this. The states that touch Bangladesh are West Bengal, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Tripura, Assam. West Bengal, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Tripura, Assam. Fine with this? Next, tell me whether it is a man-made boundary or a natural boundary. The boundary between India and Bangladesh is Radcliffe Line. It is an example of an superimposed. That is the man-made boundary. It is an example of a superimposed boundary, man-made boundary. Zabardasti banai gayi. Fine. What is the natural condition? This is a boundary formed by, can I say, distributaries? Formed by distributaries and delta of Ganga, Brahmaputra and Barak. Ganga, Brahmaputra and Barak. What is this Barak? Barak is a small river that originates in the Manipur. Passes through most of the states of northeast except Arunachal Pradesh and then enters the Bangladesh. When it joins Ganga, Jamuna, it is known as uske baad the line is known as a Meghna. Fine with this? Can I, because it is delta, see, understand, paper 1 se relate karo. Can I say it is famous for shifting of river courses? Can I say this boundary is highly irregular? देखो करंट से इसको ऐसे जोड़ो, it is highly irregular. Why it is highly irregular? Because if we look, अब तो हम diagram जब बनाते हैं, it looks like a straight line. But in reality, this boundary line is so irregular that we have done this, and you must have done this. Some parts of Bangladesh was surrounded by India, and some parts of India was surrounded by Bangladesh. The boundary line was so irregular. For example, if we consider this as a boundary of Bangladesh and this part as India, so ye Bangladesh went deep inside India, and this was somewhat of Bangladesh. So the surrounding land was India and beach mein tha Bangladesh. And the same can be for India. The surrounding land, this narrow land was India, but it was surrounded from all sides by Bangladesh. And therefore, what we did? Exchange of enclaves or enclosures. That is, jo Bangladesh ka territory which was surrounded by India was given to India, and the people were asked, and the India ka territory which was surrounded by Bangladesh was given to Bangladesh. By which act? By Constitutional 100th Amendment Act. By Constitutional 100th Amendment Act. Fine with this? बाकी आप पॉलिटी में करोगे, if it is in the news, if it is not in the news, this issue is gone. But you should know 100th Amendment Act. So 100th, 99th किसके ऊपर है? And 101st GST. 101st is for GST, 99th is for National Judicial Appointment Commission, 100th is for Indo-Bangladesh. Exchange of enclaves. Fine. अब when you do this part of geography या कोई भी subject, ask yourself कि हमने constitution में पढ़ा है कि for the formulation of territory or for any you do not require amendment. So यहाँ पे amendment क्यों लगा? For going into any international agreement, for agreement dispute, polity में लिखा है कि you do not require any kind of an amendment. So यहाँ पे क्यों amendment की जरूरत पड़ी? Because this was secession of a territory. You are giving some territory of India to Bangladesh, and therefore it required an amendment act. Fine. The second issue. This issue has been resolved very amicably, so dispute has been solved. The second dispute which has yet to be solved is Tista. So what is this Tista river dispute? That is a polity, IR. What is Tista river? Where does it originate? It originates in Sikkim. It is a tributary of which river? Ganga या Brahmaputra या independent river? Tista is a tributary of Brahmaputra. And it joins Brahmaputra in India or in Bangladesh? Joins Brahmaputra in Bangladesh. And the problem is over Tista, जो मैं हम rivers में करेंगे, is a dam which is known as Rangit Dam on the small tributary of river Rangit, which is known as Tista की Rangita, another tributary है. तो उसके ऊपर जो hydroelectric power project है, for that there is a fall in the water level and therefore the dispute is increasing. The third problem is, you already know this now, NRC. So I am not going into this. The fourth problem is India stand on Rohingyas. So this all will be different parts of that. And the fifth and the most important part which becomes a security threat is the Siliguri corridor. So what is this chicken snake corridor? It is an connecting link between Northeast India and mainland India. Second, it is a narrow region, very narrow region, surrounded by China on the north and East Pakistan or Bangladesh in the south, and therefore it has some security threat. नेपाल से मैं जानबूझ के नेपाल नहीं ले रहा हूँ, वैसे तो भूटान भी नज़दीक है, पर इनसे हमें सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट नहीं है इतना. So I guess you have seen the Siliguri corridor. So which is the Siliguri corridor? Show me the atlas. This part, which is a very narrow region, which is the only connecting link between the mainland India and the northeast India, is the Siliguri corridor. Getting it? And you can see, इसके एक side में नेपाल है. We don't have much security threat till the time Nepal is with us. Bhutan है. But more problem is China. Dokla issue. Dokla issue, याद करो, link करो इससे, that if China comes to Doklam, it is very near to the Siliguri corridor. And once it comes to the Siliguri corridor, it can cancel the connection between India and it can stop this. Secondly, Bangladesh. More illegal migrants from Bangladesh has a demographic consequences on the northeast and the entire India, but more importantly, it becomes a security threat in this region. Getting this, everyone? The Siliguri corridor issue. Now you note down there, which national highway passes through the Siliguri corridor? NH31A passes through the Siliguri corridor. Don't go by the new names of national highway, follow the old names which are given in NCERT in the atlas. वैसे in सारा the atlas का in सारा national highway का names have been changed. So remember NH31A passes through the Siliguri corridor. National Highway 31A passes through the Siliguri corridor. Any other issue here? No. सागर आइलैंड और वो सब न्यू मुरे आइलैंड्स में देखेंगे हम. किसमें? यस, भूटान भी आएगा, नेपाल भी आएगा, बट हम लिखेंगे नहीं उसको. I am doing geographical issues only. You can draw this diagram. So Indo-China border, it is divided into three parts: western sector, middle sector and the eastern sector. What is the name of western sector? The western sector is known as line of actual control. Actually, then we have this as a boundary between India and China, and this is known as a line of actual control. The eastern sector is known as McMahon line. Eastern sector is known as McMahon line. I guess I have told you also what was the issue much earlier. Aksai Chin में and this thing. उस दिन मनीष शंकर अय्यर ने भी बता दिया क्या था issue. So नहीं वो that वो सच था. हाँ partial सच. वो तो थोड़ी बढ़ेगी अपने इसके लिए. Fine with this? Now you can tell me which of them is the disputed area. Western sector, eastern sector, middle sector. West and east. Middle में कोई problem नहीं है क्योंकि नेपाल और भूटान है बीच में. Understanding this? नेपाल है इसलिए there is no problem in the middle sector. Now we'll first look at the geographical point. This part of this is what is known as an Aksai Chin. It is known as an Aksai Chin region. उसमें some part of it of Aksai Chin has been given to China by Pakistan. Fine. There is one important wetland, Ramsar wetland, which is common between India and China, and therefore दोनों के Ramsar treaties में नाम नहीं है because this is a Ramsar site which is of international importance, but not any of national wetland. It is common between India and China, and this is Pangong So Lake, right? The Pangong So Lake is located between India and China here. Then this region is what is known as Kala Pani region. This region is known as an Kala Pani region, which is located, is the blue color visible piche? Which is located at a tri-junction of India, Nepal and China. India, Nepal and China. Why it is famous? It is famous for route of annual Mansarovar Yatra या pilgrimage. The Kalapani region. We'll look at the pass later on, which is located in the Kalapani region. Can I continue? So this region is the region of Nathula Pass in Sikkim. This is the region of Nathula Pass in Sikkim. Nathula Pass in Sikkim. Why it is important? An important trade route between India and China. Is it used for Mansarovar Yatra? Ideally nahi. It should have been used, but फिर से डोकला issue के बाद it has been closed. So remember it as an trade route of India and China. And this region which I am marking now between India, China and Bhutan is what is Dokla Plateau region. Is what is the Dokla Plateau region. A tri-junction of India, Bhutan and China. So which state of India? Sikkim. And the Dokla Plateau, say you will come very near to Tawang. Which state is Tawang? Arunachal Pradesh. क्यों फेमस है तवांग? मोनेस्ट्री, बुद्धिस्ट मोनेस्ट्री. तो चाइना को क्यों चाहिए बुद्धिस्ट मोनेस्ट्री? Because it is the one of the richest Buddhist monastery जहाँ से political decisions होते हैं. So now open the map of Arunachal Pradesh and mark Tawang. I guess we have marked Tawang earlier. You will see Tawang here at the top in Arunachal Pradesh. Mila Tawang? Everyone Tawang? Map nahi laye. So you see there is a Tawang. Tawang ke niche you will see one Bomdila, one place known as Bomdila. Can someone tell me why Bomdila is important? Because Bomdila is an important pass in Middle Himalayas, Great Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas. In the Great Himalayas. So अभी कुछ मत लिखना, सिर्फ देखना बोमडिला कहाँ है. कल जब हम हिमालयास के पासेस करेंगे तो you should know बोमडिला, जेलिपला, नाथुला, the Thangla, there are numerous such passes, Nitila, Manala, Lipule. So all these passes which are there in the Great Himalayas. और दूसरा, the passes in the Middle Himalayas, ये कल के lecture में आएंगे, the different types of passes that are present. But fine with this Indo-China issue. Now what is the problem in Dokla Plateau? Is it a part of India? Is it a part of Bhutan? Or is it a no man's land? It is a no man's land which has been left. There is no Chinese invasion, there is no Bhutan. ऐसा थोड़ी है कि China went into Bhutan and captured Bhutan, but it had a security implications to Bhutan. Remember, it is a no man's land. It is not. It is an international agreement की एक समझौता है कि ना हम आएंगे डोकला में. Neither Bhutan, neither India will come in डोकला. Fine with this? So the first issue in Indo-China is the eastern sector is disputed. But has it been taken over by China? Any part of the eastern sector? No, not a single territory in the eastern sector has been occupied by China, and they have gone back. So who was responsible for this line? So can I say in the eastern sector, China does not agree with the British agreement between India and China. They want us to renegotiate. Second, the Dokla issue, which is building up now. Due to proximity to Chicken's Neck. And Indo-Bhutan Friendship Agreement. Third, Western sector. Western sector. Can I say illegally occupied by China? It is illegally occupied by China. And the de facto line is known as line of actual control. It is not the boundary, it is an de facto line that is present between India and China. So this is the line of actual control, somewhere here. Fine with this? What is Aksai Chin? Occupied by China or illegally given to China by Pakistan? By Pakistan. So one more statement you write. It includes 5,200 square kilometers of Indian territory, 5,200 meters of Indian territory, 5,200 square kilometers of Indian territory illegally given to China by Pakistan. Illegally given to China by Pakistan. Geographical point there. Next point, वहाँ पे geography का. This region is highly dissected and highly eroded plateau, which is divided into numerous plains, plains, which is divided into numerous plains and covered by saline lakes. And covered by saline lakes. Covered by saline lakes. Saline lakes, comma, drained by river Shok. Drained by river Shok. Drained, D-R-A-I-N-A-D, drained by river Shok. Open the atlas. Drained, क्या हुआ? ये लिखा नहीं था अभी, बाद में लिख लेना फिर. So you will see in the atlas something written as soda plains. Mila? Open the map of Jammu Kashmir. Open the map of Jammu Kashmir. तीन प्लेन्स यहां पे इंपॉर्टेंट है. आई गेस यू आर फॉलोइंग दिस. एक है देपसांग प्लेन्स. मिला देपसांग प्लेन्स? दूसरा है सोडा प्लेन्स. मिला सोडा प्लेन्स? एंड तीसरा है लिंगितांग प्लेन्स. These are three plains that are located. So Mila, now what can be the question here? Question can be, these plains are part of what? This is Aksai Chin. Second, is this plains a part of Himalayas? No, this is a part of Tibetan Plateau. That is the before the Himalayas. They existed much prior to the Himalayas. Third, what is the geography of that region? कि they are flat region या बहुत टूटा हुआ region है. So they are highly dissected. बहुत सारी rivers हैं वहां पे which have cut these plains. And fourth, they are covered by saline lakes. जो हमने लिखा एक एक point. They are highly dissected, covered by saline lakes. Fine. So तीन plains है यहाँ पे. UPSC generally पूछता है soda plains are located in which state of India? So the answer is the Jammu and Kashmir. Unofficially, this is not a part of India. This is with China right now. Fine. Now next point. Tell me from the atlas. Don't write anything. Can I say So Moriri Lake is located in this plains? True or false? False. So Moriri Lake बहुत नीचे है या ऊपर है? नीचे है. So Moriri is very, you will not get anything in this atlas. You will have to bring. So have you marked Pangong So? And then we have here what is So Moriri. Freshwater lakes, saline lakes. What is this? Pangong So and So Moriri. Freshwater lakes या saline lakes? They are saline lakes. They are saline lakes. China. Yes. So I guess you already know the story. This कि China wanted this because China ने तब decide किया था कि there has to be a energy security which comes from Central Asia, not from this part. Plus China का ऊपर का part is dominated by Islam. minority. This part is dominated by Tibet, minority. China does not believe in diversity. China के लिए एक ही China है, that is not Akhand China, that is Han China. That is the Han China that does not believe in the minority. Diversity encourage नहीं करते. So they want by force to convert the non-Han people to Han. So non-Han people क्या है? एक तो Tibet, that is Buddhist, and ऊपर क्या है? Islam, UK region of Islam. So the China had requested to India to give access to this part, so that they can build a highway from here, railway from here, so that they can properly mobilize the troops in the case there is any kind of an problem, yeah, any kind of an secession from this part. Because in उन लोगों को मंगोलिया को join होना है. Mongolia is also Islamic country. Genetically also they are more nearer to the Mongols. Understanding, and economically also they are dependent on Mongols. देखो, imagine a country is located here and कहीं तो Shanghai है. Will there be any political or economic or emotional connect between this? नाम के लिए ये Chinese है. Understanding this? So as a result of this, but the China said that no, because the Indian politics may we did not understand that time the practicality of the issue. China was saying give us this, and China ने एक हम नहीं देने वाले थे, इसलिए China said that we will even they claimed Arunachal. वैसे China had no real interest in Arunachal, but they had interest in this part so that they can mobilize the troops and take it here. But politics इतना ज़्यादा हो गया and we did not agree to that. So you know the story also of famous, that is the Jawaharlal Nehru proposed that nothing grows in this area. I had told this you in the first lecture also. So we should give this land to China, and then the famous MP took his cap and said nothing grows on my head. So should we give the head to China also? So that resulted into the collapse of the talks. So जैसे ही collapse of the talks happened, China came and occupied majority of Arunachal. China came and occupied this territory. But after 3 days, they went back from Arunachal and they never went back from here. So this will be the future India. That is the line of actual control. चाहे इंडिया का पार्ट हम ऑफिशियली कह रहे हैं, बट देयर विल कम अ डे देन व्हेन वी विल हैव टू गिव बैक दिस टू चाइना एंड हैव अ पीसफुल बॉर्डर. That is, this is give this to China, and China is not majorly interested in other part. Why it is interested in this part? See, this is plateau, dissected, मतलब कुछ grow नहीं हो सकता यहाँ पे. It is extremely cold. The only reason is mobilization of troops between the Tibetan that is this Tibet region to Yugikir region. So what is this Yugikir region? Islam dominated region of China. आगे future में with the coming up of CPAC, One Belt, One Road, etc., and with the opening up of Arctic, understand? With the opening up of Arctic, due to climate change, Arctic Ocean is opening up. Now with the opening up of Arctic, rather than depending upon Iran, Iraq, West Asia, क्योंकि वहां पे इतना ज़्यादा political turmoil है, the untapped potential of Central Asia rich countries will come to the China. China will directly have a pipeline because Russia के साथ उसके अच्छे संबंध है. Fine. It will directly have a pipeline and come to China. And China and India ka energy requirements are very, very high. India also knows that Arctic has very high potential because Arctic Ocean is rich in continental shelf. It is extremely rich in petroleum. It is extremely rich in gas hydrates. कल हमने laboratory में पहली बार gas hydrates बनाए, कल का newspaper. Fine, methane hydrates and the carbon dioxide hydrates. These are the source of clean energy, and it is extremely rich in Arctic. And this Arctic countries originally are known as Nordic countries. Q Nordic countries? Because they were under Denmark. Denmark was the king. So Denmark से सब अलग हुए. They have their own countries, Norway, Sweden, Finland, etc. But आज भी Greenland is with Denmark. So India is increasing in engagement with the Nordic nations. And you can see this कि पिछले साल India set up an India Nordic Council. There was a new council which was set up by the Prime Minister of India when he went to Sweden and Norway last year. India Nordic Council, and आपको mains में question आया, that is India's interest in Arctic. This year वही रिलेशन आगे जाके कल नॉर्वे की प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज इन इंडिया एंड दे विल गो एंड साइन मेनी ऑफ the agreements. We require Nordic countries because Nordic countries have very high technology of waste to clean energy, sustainable development ka. That is, if you go to Norway and Sweden, you will see they regenerate each and every waste, including water. That water is regenerated, जो भी grey water है. So there is something going on in India known as grey water management. And अगर आपको लगता है कि वो water अच्छा नहीं है, तो आपको पानी पी के भी दिखाते हैं कि देखो, this was earlier a waste water, we have converted into clean water and we use it for drinking. So India wants the waste to energy for solid waste management in India. Understanding? And therefore we are having this Nordic nations. Secondly, India wants Nordic nations का investment because they are very rich countries. उनके पास पैसा बहुत है, but trade नहीं है. So these countries are mostly engaging in pension funds. So as we are opening up our economy, the government will withdraw from social security schemes and open it to market, and they will generally give it will be taken up by Nordic countries. Understanding? And though these are politically different entities, ये बिना एक दूसरे के पूछे काम नहीं करते. That is Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland. इनका decisions are same because they look at the area. So understand the Norway का prime minister why she is coming to India. Understanding this? Solid urban waste management. So this, क्योंकि इंडिया में फ्यूचर में द एनर्जी विल कम फ्रॉम सेंट्रल एशिया. इंडिया ऑलरेडी हैज अ गुड रिलेशनशिप विद रशिया, सो दिस विल बिकम अ मेजर ट्रेड रूट. बट फॉर दैट इंडिया हैज टू टेक द बॉर्डर. बट द रियलिटी इज, कैन आई रब दिस पार्ट? इंडिया इज नॉट एन एनर्जी सरप्लस. वे गलत देते हैं. हाउ कैन वी बी एनर्जी सरप्लस जब हम मोस्ट ऑफ द पेट्रोलियम इंपोर्ट करते हैं? जब एडिटोरियल में जो लिखा है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सरप्लस, बट इवन दैट इज रॉन्ग. हाउ यू शुड आस्क हाउ वी आर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सरप्लस जब गांव में 8-8 बजे लोड शेडिंग होती है, 8-8 घंटे लोड शेडिंग होती है. एडिटोरियल में फिर 3-4 दिन बाद एराटा आ जाएगा कि दिस वाज रॉन्ग. वी आर नॉट एनर्जी सरप्लस, वी आर एनर्जी डेफिसिट नेशन एंड आवर रिक्वायरमेंट इज वेरी हाई. अंडरस्टूड दिस? अब यहां से हमारा बेस्ट फ्रेंड शुरू हो जाता है, दैट इज पाकिस्तान. So this is how actually the India is. We don't have this part, we don't have this part, and this is how the India is. So the third is mountains. So Indo-Pakistan boundary is one such boundary that has marshy regions of Kutch, the sand dunes here of deserts, the most fertile plains in the world, that is the Great Plains, India ka Punjab and Pakistan ka Punjab, and then the mountainous region, ultimately culminating at Siachen Glacier. Ultimately culminating at the Siachen Glacier, located in Great Himalayas या Trans Himalayas? Trans Himalayas. The Trans Himalayas. नहीं, नंगा पर्वत हमारे, नंगा पर्वत पीओके में, नाम के लिए इंडिया में है, नंगा पर्वत इज इन पीओके. व्हाट इज द ऑफिशियली द हाईएस्ट पीक ऑफ इंडिया? K2. कहाँ पे है? पीओके में. अनऑफिशियली द हाईएस्ट पीक ऑफ इंडिया इज कंचनजंगा. दैट इज द सेकंड हाईएस्ट पीक ऑफ इंडिया, जो इंडिया एंड नेपाल के बीच है. Should I draw a bigger map? So can I continue? Can I continue? नेपाल के साथ भी, चाइना के साथ भी चल रहा है, बिकॉज शारदा रिवर जो आती है उसके ऊपर डिस्प्यूट है. So can I continue now? So you can take down Indo-Pakistan boundary. passes through different geographical regions. Passes through different geographical regions. From the marshy lands of Kutch. From the marshy lands of Kutch. From the marshy lands of Kutch to the shifting sand dunes. Shifting sand dunes. इससे पता लगता है वेस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ राजस्थान इज सैंडी, इसलिए मैं लिखा रहा हूं ये शिफ्टिंग सैंड ड्यून्स ऑफ थार डेजर्ट. Through the great plains of Punjab, and the mountains of Kashmir. Natural है, superimposed है? It is superimposed through the mountains of Kashmir. It is a superimposed boundary known as Radcliffe line. पाकिस्तान की भी, बांग्लादेश की भी Radcliffe line and पाकिस्तान की भी Radcliffe line. Can someone tell me why? Because Bangladesh was East Pakistan earlier. So Indo-Pak boundary is the Radcliffe line. The Radcliffe line. So dispute number one. Kashmir dispute. Dispute number two. कश्मीर यहाँ पे लेके ज्योग्राफी में फायदा भी नहीं है कुछ. डिस्प्यूट नंबर 2, सियाचिन ग्लेशियर. अब अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द सियाचिन ग्लेशियर. Siachen is the, can I say, highest battlefield in the world? Can I say it is also the longest glacier outside polar regions? Fine. So can we use some current ka word in third pole? Longest 75 kilometers. It is the longest glacier outside the polars. So जो glaciers है outside the polar regions, you call them as third pole. It is the highest battlefield in the world. It is the highest battlefield in the world. What is the height? It was occupied by India by ऑपरेशन मेघदूत. बहुत सिंपल है. हाईएस्ट है तो हाई क्लाउड्स है, क्लाउड्स का नाम इज मेघदूत. सो बाय द ऑपरेशन मेघदूत. 1984-87 मैं भी भूल गया, ढूंढो. So 1984, I will tell you tomorrow. Operation Meghdoot. It is the source of origin of which river? सियाचिन से कौन सी रिवर ओरिजिनेट होती है? Origin of river Nubra. It is the source of origin of river Nubra. So which river lies in the Siachen glacier region? It is the river Nubra. Nubra joins Shok and Shok joins, that is, there is a tributary of Indus. Joins Indus. north of Siachen is Indira Kohl. It is the northernmost point of India. Northernmost point of India is the Indira Kohl. Just Siachen glacier के ऊपर यहाँ पे is the Indira Kohl, which is the northernmost point of Indian Union. Still under India. Why Indira Kohl? Because Operation Meghdut Indira Gandhi ने किया था, and therefore उससे पहले this part was not with us. Siachen glacier में winter temperature goes to -48, -49 degrees Celsius. It is extremely cold.
इसके ऊपर -48 तक जाता है टेम्परेचर, और सर द्रास में बहुत नीचे है, उसका सर -60 तक चला जाता है
winds in the valley. So in this region, you should know why it is the highest battlefield in the world, because it is occupied by India. Agar India, so now what is the dispute? Pakistan and China are calling for demilitary, that is no military in the Siachen glacier region. So the answer is, should we do or should we not do? Why? Because Siachen glacier is responsible for the largest number of deaths in the world without battle. That is, people there die just by cold temperature. So Indian army requires some around 7 crores a day to maintain a soldier in the Siachen glacier region. 7 crores a day to maintain a soldier in the Siachen glacier region. Because the Siachen glacier, this is Siachen glacier, this gives an eagle's eye view of Pakistan and China as well as the India. So it is the highest battlefield. But there was an understanding between China, Pakistan and India, especially between India and Pakistan, that during the winters, all the armies used to go back and Indian army used to come down. Because sustaining life there in the winters is impossible. Summers में वहाँ पे -20, -30 है. The winters में it is not possible to sustain there. But when Indian army came back, what happened? Kargil. Why Kargil? Because Kargil say they wanted to take over the highway connecting Srinagar to or Kashmir to Ladakh region. So they occupied this highway, thus stopping the Siachen glacier region. But over the period of time, what do we see in this is the Siachen glacier, India is not going to demilitarize the Siachen glacier, India is going to occupy the Siachen glacier region. So remember this. So for prelims point of view, you should just remember that it is the longest glacier in the third pole. Because if India comes back again from the Siachen glacier, it will be occupied by China and or by Pakistan. Secondly, it is the source of origin of river Nubra. Nubra is a tributary of river Shok and Shok is the tributary of river Indus. So the Siachen glacier is a feeds, can I say, Indus river system. Siachen glacier feeds the Indus river system. And ideally कौन से range में है? It is in the Karakoram range. Rest of the things will be done in the IR, etc. But geographical points you remember for preliminary examination. This will skip the Kashmir dispute, but you should know that this line is known as line of actual control, line of control, LOC, and this is LAC. So LOC is between India and Pakistan, LAC is between India and China, but India and China का कौन सा line? Eastern sector का line और Western sector का? Western sector का line. Eastern sector का line is known as McMahon line. I will skip this part. जब हम पंजाब करेंगे, we are not concerned about the Pakistan part. We'll come directly to the Sir Creek issue. Can someone tell me what is the Sir Creek issue? marshy land. So
मार्क्स जाता है ना तो पाकिस्तान बोल रहे हैं कि रिवर की साइड से इंडिया बोल रहे हैं कि न्यू पॉइंट से मार्क्स से
So you must have done the boundary dispute in Pol Science optional. Yeah, in IR आप करोगे the. So I'm not concerned with that. Why India and Pakistan are so important in Sir Creek issue? So you can take down. It is a marshy region. It is a marshy region. It is a marshy region. Give me the atlas. It is a marshy region, which is extremely rich source of. It is an extremely rich source of petroleum and natural gas. Extremely rich source of petroleum and natural gas. Extremely rich source of petroleum and natural gas. And due to high continental shelf and due to wide continental shelf, important fishing region. Important fishing region. Important fishing region. Now open the map of Gujarat. Page number 15. Political map of Gujarat. So you can see this. There are some laws known as laws of international boundaries and frontiers. As per the law of international boundary and frontier, if a country is located in the marshy region or in the sea, if that marshy region is a sea, और if that is a river, तो laws अलग अलग है. पाकिस्तान का कहना है कि this was region which was once a sea, fine, and because it was a sea, this area should be equally divided between India and Pakistan, and therefore Pakistan claims this entire run of Kutch. Because ये पूरा समंदर था and because this is a sea, this was once a sea, so exactly half से boundary जानी चाहिए, in simple words. Getting it? But India says this was not a sea. This was once a sea which was having an island. Understanding this? And when there is an island belongs to which mainland? India. And therefore, Pakistan cannot claim the region. Understanding? These are very fine details regarding the laws of boundary and frontier. If there is an island is connected to which region? अगर tertiary island है तो पाकिस्तान को मिल जाता. But the island belongs to the pre-Cambrian period. मतलब the island is connected to the peninsular India. And because it is connected to the peninsular India, who has peninsular India? India has the peninsular India. And इसलिए Sir Creek में the issue went to the court. Pakistan lost, but as a source of compensation थोड़ा land दिया गया उनको, and this is what is the, you can see this. Fine. So उसके नीचे is the Sir Creek. I don't want you to remember the Sir Creek. Sir Creek सभी को पता है कहाँ पे है. Sir Creek के नीचे की दो creeks याद रखना. कोरी Creek. It is important because आजकल fishing dispute हो रहा है कोरी Creek region में. Creek means जहाँ पे a small region of estuaries where the rivers will sea enters the mouth of the rivers. That is creek. A very narrow estuary. River का delta, estuary, when river enters the sea enters the mouth of a river, that is a creek. So understood? Kori Creek कौन से स्टेट में है? गुजरात. Why it is in current news? Because that is a source of dispute again between Indian fishermen and Pakistani fishermen. The Kori Creek is extremely rich in fishing and corals. Corals है तो fishing है, and therefore it is a source of dispute. So you should remember Kori Creek. कैसे question आएगा? Question आएगा arrange the following creeks from north to south. अभी सिर्फ इतना याद रखना, कोरी क्रीक नॉर्थ में है. जब हम केरला करेंगे तो साउथ की क्रीक हमें पता लग जाएगी. जब हम महाराष्ट्र करेंगे तो एक महाराष्ट्र की इंपॉर्टेंट क्रीक, जब कर्नाटका करेंगे कर्नाटक की इंपॉर्टेंट क्रीक, एंड देन यूपीएससी विल आस्क यू टू अरेंज दिस क्रीक्स फ्रॉम नॉर्थ टू साउथ. सो स्टार्ट्स विद कोरी क्रीक एंड देन गोदाई क्रीक. साउथ साउथ है, यू कैन सी देयर कोरी क्रीक. KORI, कोरी क्रीक मिला? Those who have not got, see here. Sir Creek, Sar Creek के just नीचे there is a Kori Creek which is an inlet here. And then उसके बाद is the Godai Creek. Godai Creek के बाद Gulf of Kutch. Gulf of Kutch के बाद Gulf of Khambat. So this is how the idea is. So fine with Indo-Pakistan. Rest of the things आपने respective subjects में And the third dispute between India and Pakistan is Indus Water Treaty. We'll do while doing the drainage system of India. Indus Water Treaty. Fourth, Indo-Myanmar. Yes. What? मैं नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा वो कुर्ता कॉरिडोर. क्या ज्योग्राफिकली देखो पढ़ाने के लिए, बट जो जब रिस्पेक्टिव टीचर आएंगे दे विल बी बेटर एबल टू टेल यू. मैं क्या बताऊंगा आपको ग्रेट प्लेन्स में कौन सी रिवर जाती है. सो So you can take down Indo-Myanmar boundary is a natural boundary. Underline the word natural. अब तक हम superimpose कर रहे थे. So this is one natural boundary. Indo-Myanmar boundary is a natural boundary. It's a natural boundary. And also a water divide. And also a water divide. Also a water divide between India and Myanmar. Also a water divide between India and Myanmar. Next, it is formed by Purvanchal Hills. Natural and water divide. It is formed by Purvanchal Hills. Purvanchal Hills means Eastern Himalayas, which from north to south are Patkai Bum, Naga Hills, which from north to south are Patkai Bum, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills, East Manipur, West Manipur Hills, and Lushai Hills. And Mizo Hills or Lushai Hills. And Lushai Hills. Can I continue? And Lushai Hills. Don't draw anything, Abhi. They continue into Myanmar. They continue into Myanmar as Arakan Yoma. As Arakan Yoma. They continue into Myanmar as Arakan Yoma, which further continues as Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Which further continues as Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now you can draw this diagram. Understanding this map? Yes, you have to draw this. Otherwise, you will have to study from the atlas, जो बिल्कुल नहीं समझेगा. So what does this map show? This map shows कि this river is river Brahmaputra, जिसका नाम is Brahmaputra in India, जिसका नाम is Dihang in Arunachal, उसकी दो tributary है Dibang and Lohit. Then Purvanchal Hills or Eastern Himalayas or Indo-Myanmar border acts as a water divide between Indian drainage system and Brahmaputra का drainage system, that is Myanmar का drainage system. म्यांमार की सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट रिवर इज रिवर इरावदी, जिसका मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट ट्रिब्यूटरी इज चिंदविन विच ओरिजिनेट्स इन अरुणाचल प्रदेश बिकॉज पटकाई बूम आर लोकेटेड इन अरुणाचल प्रदेश. Then Mount Saramati is the highest peak of Nagaland because it is located in the Naga hills. Manipur is famous for two geographic importance. One is river Barak, which is an important part of Ganga Brahmaputra delta, originates in the Manipur hills, and second important is Kebul Lamjao National Park, that is in the Loktak Lake, and last point is Lushai Mountains, which are in Mizoram, have a peak which is known as Blue Mountains, which is very, very different from Nilgiris. Understanding this? The next point in this diagram is कि Rakhine state is located in which part of Myanmar? So Rakhine state is located in the northwestern part of Myanmar, very near to Bangladesh and West Bengal, and इसलिए Rohingyas are migrating from the Rakhine either to Bangladesh or to India. Rakhine state is famous for Rohingyas. Getting it? So ये सब लिखने से अच्छा एटलस में स्टडी कर लो. अगर रिवर से कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है तो रिवर्स मत बनाओ. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ गंगा इन बांग्लादेश? इट इज पद्मा. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ ब्रह्मपुत्र इन बांग्लादेश? इट इज जमुना. फिर जब गंगा एंड जमुना मिलती है और उसके बाद जब बराक मिलती है तो नेम बिकम्स मेघना. फिर भी मैंने यहां पे एक और चीज नहीं दी आपको. इसलिए जब यहाँ पे बनाओगे डायग्राम, जाते जाते मेट्रो में रिवाइज करो, वो दिमाग में बैठ जाएगा. अगर सोचोगे बाद में बनाऊंगा मैं, नहीं होने वाला इंडियन ज्योग्राफी बाद में, बिकॉज इट विल बी मोस्टली डायग्राम बेस्ड. फाइन. फाइन विद दिस अभिषेक? Chindwin is a river. Irrawaddy is the main river. Chindwin is a tributary of river Irrawaddy. जैसे गंगा यमुना, गंगा is the main river, and तो ये हम लिखेंगे ये सब. We are going to write. Why these are all important? Because Irrawaddy is most important for Irrawaddy dolphins, the mouth of Irrawaddy pe hai, not in this region. It is most important for teakwood. Fine with this? So I will stop here. I have to go to the old office. So before the new office. So before I go, I'll give you some MCQs. Solve करो जितना आपको idea है. We'll discuss the MCQs tomorrow. Don't go. अभी MCQs solve करो. So you can go now. MCQs अभी तक आई नहीं. The entire purpose is defeated. So we'll do the MCQs of today's and tomorrow's class tomorrow. Yes. कल सब. कौन से? इंडियन ज्योग्राफी के लिए, वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी के लिए. ठीक, मैं करा दूंगा क्लास. ये समझ में आया?